Hello, students. My name is Mr. Ridgely from Salisbury University, and today we're going to be working on our volleying skills. Let's get into it. Today, what you'll need is any sort of lightweight object that you can use for volleying. That could be a balloon, that could be a ball of socks, whatever you can hit up in the air with your hands. You're going to need to have some general space where you can move and get going around. You want to make sure you're not bumping into anything. You're also going to need some cones, hats, shoes, pretty much anything you can use to mark up a square or an area to designate that for yourself. And you're also going to need a paper and pencil for our assessment later.
Hello students, I'm Mr. Granger from Salisbury University, and today we're going to be performing basic locomotor skills. So students will use 4 cones, hats, or plastic cups and set them up in a rectangle or square, and you will be going around the outside of the rectangle. And the purpose of locomotor activities is to move from one place to another, so get to point A to point B. So as you can see, I have my square set up. I used 4 hats. So I'm going to let you set up your space and then we'll begin shortly. All right, students. So by now you should have your space set up. And for our first locomotor movement, we're just going to be walking in a square when we're walking, we're going to be stepping and extending our arms forward. So ready, set, go. And we're going to be doing this for a minute. Good job, students. Good work. So now, students, you can begin changing the way that you're walking so you can walk in the opposite direction now. About 15 more seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, students, I would like you to stop and keep your eyes on me. And now we're going to be moving into jogging. And now jogging's a slow run, so you shouldn't be running too fast. And remember to be careful in your space that you don't bump into anything. So I'm going to give you a couple seconds rest, and then we're going to get right into it. All right, students, now we should be beginning our jog, which is a slow run again. Ready, set, go. Good work, students. As you can see in the second GIF from the left, I'm performing a jog. And when you're jogging, you want to remember to slow run, and it shouldn't be that hard to do. It should be fairly easy, and you want to jog at a comfortable pace. For some people, it might be slower, and for some students, it might be faster. All right, students, you can change the direction you're jogging, and we're going to be jogging for about 20 more seconds. Ten, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, students, I would like you to keep your eyes on me, and we're going to take a break and get a drink of water if needed. And now the purpose of locomotor movements, like I said, are to get from point A to point B, and you can find these in plenty of sports and even in everyday life. So now we're going to be progressing into hopping, and hopping is you're going to hop off one foot and you're going to land on that same foot. So if you hop off of your right foot, you're going to land on your right foot. Ready, set, go. Good work, students. About 10 more seconds, we're going to change the foot that we're hopping on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, students, so if you were hopping on your right foot, you're now going to hop on your left foot. And if you were hopping on your left foot, you're now going to hop on your right foot. And remember, hopping is you hop off of one foot and you land on that same foot. About 20 more seconds, students. Good work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. All right, students, good work hopping. Now we're going to be progressing into jumping. Now jumping is jumping off of both feet, and you're going to land on both feet. So when I say go, we're going to begin jumping. Ready, set, go. Now you can perform higher jumps, or you can just do small jumps. If you do higher jumps, you're probably going to become tired faster. So just keep that in mind. All right, students, now we're going to change the direction of the way we're jumping. So if you're going in a clockwise rotation, which would be to the right, now we're going to jump in a counterclockwise rotation, which would be to the left. Good work, students. Remember, when jumping, you're jumping and landing. You're jumping off of both feet and you're going to be landing on both feet. About 20 more seconds, students. Good work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, students, great job with your locomotor movements. Now we're going to be moving on to what we are learning today.
Hello students, it's Mr. Gant here. So today we're just going to go over the objectives really quick, and then we're going to get into our health related fitness activity for the day. So we're going to get warmed up. So today what we're going to be learning is we're going to be learning volleying. So after today's lesson, we're going to be able to volley lightweight objects, sending it upward in the air. Volleying is an important skill because it is used in passing and returning the ball in sports like volleyball and also some other sports. All right, so let's get right into it. So before we can start volleying, we need to get all stretched out. So our health-related fitness activity today is going to be doing yoga. So who knows what yoga is? Anybody? All righty, yoga is basically a type of flexibility movements to make sure your muscles are all stretched out so you have a full range of motion in all parts of your body. So our first movement today is going to be called downward facing dog. This is the first GIF on the left all the way over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to get in a push-up form and you're going to walk your feet as far up as you can. Just try to get them as close to your hands as you can without bending your knees, okay? So you should be feeling a nice little stretch in the back of your legs, like your hamstring area. So I'm going to give everybody a couple seconds to walk it out and get in this position, and then we're going to hold this for 1 minute, and then we're going to move on to the next one. Is everybody ready? All right. Ready, set, begin. So like I said earlier, this is a hamstring stretch. You should be feeling it in the back of your legs. If you're not feeling it, make sure your knees are straight and not bent, or try to walk your hands up a little bit closer, okay? Your butt should be sticking up in the air. If you start to get tired at all, you can start bending your knees a little bit just to loosen that muscle up a little bit, or you can also go down to your, or off of your hands for a little bit. We're gonna do this for about 30 more seconds, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of a break, and then we're gonna move on to our next one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, students. Everybody did a great job on that first pose. Now I'm gonna take you, or let you relax for a second. Make sure you stand up, shake those legs out, make sure they're all loose. You should be feeling a lot looser than you did when you first started. Now we're going to move right into our second pose. So our second pose is called Warrior 2. So the position, just like this GIF on the middle left, what you're going to do is you're going to have your back foot facing straight like you normally would, and you're going to reach your other foot out to your right, and you're going to point it as far as you can. While doing so, you're going to lean forward onto that knee, just like Mr. Granger is doing in this video, and you're going to stick your hands out like you're surfing, okay? So everybody practice around with that position really quick. Make sure you got it down. I'm gonna give you a couple seconds just to practice it. I know it's a little bit harder, and then we're gonna get right into it, okay? We're gonna do the first 30 seconds stretched out one way, and then I'm gonna give you a switch call, and then we're gonna switch it to the other way, okay? Alrighty, so the first one, we are all going to lean onto our right knee. We're gonna bend our knee, have our left leg straight out. We're gonna hold those hands out like we're surfing on a wave, okay? All right, everybody looks good. We're gonna begin in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, begin. Try to hold that position, everybody. Keep those arms out wide, just like you're surfing on a surfboard on a wave. All right, about 5 more seconds this way, and then we're gonna switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, now you can stand up, and now you can lean the opposite way. So now you should have your right leg straight out and your left leg or your left knee bent. So we're gonna do this one for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. 3, 2, 1, begin. Awesome job, students. A couple more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, everybody. How did that one feel, everyone? Alrighty, make sure you shake those legs out. That stretch was for your groin. Your groin is the muscle that holds your leg muscles to your hip, basically, okay? So now we're gonna get into our third one, our third stretch of the day, our third yoga pose. This is called the tree pose. As you can see, you stand tall like a tree. You hold one leg up. You can start out by trying to put your foot on your calf. That is the easiest way to do it. And then if you feel like you have good enough balance, you can move your foot up to your knee and even up to your quad. So we're gonna start out, everybody is gonna raise their right leg up to their quad, or to their calf, I'm sorry. And you're gonna hold your hands just like you're right here, okay? So we're gonna do that one for 30 seconds, then we're gonna switch sides. All righty, everyone, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. Awesome job, everybody. Make sure you're controlling your breathing. As long as you stare at one object, it'll make it a little bit easier to balance. So try not to be thinking about a bunch of stuff or breathing too heavy. Try to just relax. Awesome job staying still, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All righty, now you can put that leg down and we're going to switch sides. So whichever leg you did not have up on your other leg in the first one, we're going to do now. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to catch your balance and find that position, and then we're going to get started. All right, 3, 2, 1, begin. Awesome job, students. About 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All righty, relax. So now everybody can shake out your legs one more time. You should be feeling pretty flexible at this time. Now we're gonna get into our last one, then we're gonna get right into our lesson. So our last one is called upward facing dog. This is also called the scorpion stretch, as many of you may know. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna lay flat on your belly. Your hands are gonna be at your side. And then you're gonna do a push-up, but you're gonna leave your butt and your legs on the ground. So this is stretching your back and your chest out, just like a scorpion would, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds to get down on the ground, get in this position. And on the count of 3, we're all gonna push our chest up to the air, feel that nice stretch in our chest and our back, and then we're gonna hold it, okay? Ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3. Make sure you push as hard as you can into the ground. Stretch out that chest, roll back your head. Take a couple of deep breaths in. Awesome job, students. I'm gonna have you hold that for about 15 more seconds, and then we're gonna get right into our activity. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Good job, students. Alrighty, so like I said before, the purpose of this health-related fitness activity was to stretch your muscles out to make them flexible. And the purpose of flexibility is so you can have a full range of motion when you're doing all athletic tasks, okay? So with that being said, we're gonna get right into our lesson.
Hello students, it's Mr. Ridgely again, and I'm going to introduce our first activity for today. Our activity is called Hitting High, and to start off our volleying exercises, we're going to go through the objective of students will be able to throw a scarf or a ball of socks up in the air with both hands and catch it on the way down. What we're going to be doing is practicing keeping our hands together, and we're going to put our thumbs together. We're going to grip that ball or scarf or whatever you have to toss up in the air. We're going to reach down and then throw it up in the air. And when it comes back down, you're going to catch it with both hands and bring it back down. We're going to start getting you through the motion of volleying, and it's just going to help out when we go into our later activities. So our objective here is to be throwing it up real high. We're going to be trying to throw it higher than a playground. Let's get into the activity. Okay, students, so like you can see on the left-hand side, you can do a low toss, you can do a high toss, but either way, we're going to be bringing our hands together, tossing it up, and then on the way back down, catching it with both hands and bringing it back in. I'll give you about 20 seconds to get your supplies and get ready, and then we can begin. All right, students, for this first bit, I want you to practice doing a low toss. Ready, set, start. Good work. With the low toss, we're focusing on all of our cues, making sure we have those hands together and we're bending our elbows with it and we're catching it on the way back down. Good work. Keep it going. We got 20 more seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Great work, boys and girls. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be moving into a high toss. So at this point, we want you to throw it as high as you can. If you're inside a house, please be careful. We don't want you to be hitting the ceiling or anything else around you. So make sure, like we said at the beginning, have a nice general space where you have it open. And what we're going to do is we're again going to be focusing on the same cues of bringing your hands together and then throwing it up. And on the way back down, you're going to be putting your hands back together and bringing it in. At this point, when you're throwing it up high in the air, we want to make sure you keep your eyes on the ball. That's going to be an essential tool that we can use when volleying later in our activities. So at this point, when I say go, I want you students to start and getting those high tosses going. Ready, set, start. Good work, students. This one's going to be a little bit harder. It's a little higher up in the air. Make sure you stay with your ball, your scarf, whatever you're throwing up in the air. Awesome job. Only about 20 more seconds. If you're outside, I want to see those balls and scarves going as high as you can throw them. All right, students, ready and stop. All right, at this point, what I want you to do for the last bit of this first activity is I want you to throw the scarf, the ball up in the air, and I want you to have fun with it. So what you can do is you can try to throw it up. If you have a scarf and it falls slowly down, you can try to spin and do a little catch. You can throw the ball up from your knees. As long as you're focusing on the cues of keeping your hands together when you're throwing it up and when you're bringing it back down and catching it. All right, so I want you to have fun with this. I want it to be a good old time. Make sure you're staying safe in your general area, but this is going to be our little fun round. I want to see what awesome tricks you guys can do with this. Ready and start. Great job, students. I love all the tricks you guys are coming up with. We got about 30 more seconds, and then we're going to get moving. Good job. Keep it up. All right, students, you may stop. All right, what you're going to do is you're going to put your scarf or ball or whatever you were throwing up in the air. You can put it on the ground right next to you, and we're going to get ready to go into our activity 2. So at this time, get ready for some more instruction, and we can move on.
Hi class, I'm Mr. Welch, and today I'll be walking you guys through activity 2. So in this activity, we're going to practice volleying a beach ball, balloon, or any light household object in your self space using the cues of hand in palm, thumbs together, knees bent, and meet the ball with your arms. In order to make this easier, you all can move closer to the tosser or use a lighter object. To make this more challenging, you can move farther from the tosser and use a heavier object. So I'm going to take you into the practice activity. All right. So as you can see, Mr. Granger is demonstrating in the upper left GIF what to do. So he's tossing up his object, and then he's using the cues of hand in palm, thumbs together, his knees are bent, and he's meeting the ball with his arms. So when I say go, I want you guys to take a couple minutes and practice exactly what he's doing. Ready, set, go. Good job, everybody. Make sure you guys are focusing on those cues. Remember to keep your knees bent. Nice. Very good job, guys. Make sure you guys are remembering those cues. If you're having trouble, watch Mr. Granger. Keep on going. I'll stop you guys about 30 more seconds. All right, about 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop volleying. Hold your object. So as you can see in the bottom left GIF, your partner is throwing you the object and you're volleying it up. So watch Mr. Granger as he does it. His hand is in his palm, his thumbs are together, his knees are bent, and he's meeting the ball with his arms as it's coming towards him. So when I say go, I want you guys to practice what he's doing. Ready, set, go. Good job, guys. Remember those cues. Focus on the cues. Hand in palm, thumbs together, knees bent, and meet the ball to your arms. Very good job. All right. I'm going to stop you guys here in about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And now I'm going to move you guys on to activity 3.
All right, students. So in activity 3, we're going to be volleying a lightweight object, sending it upward. We're going to be using the cues of hand in palm, thumbs together, knees bent, and we're going to meet the ball with our arms. And to make it easier on you guys, you can volley the lightweight object upward and catch it on the way down. And to make it more challenging, students will volley back and forth with their partner. And if you guys don't have a partner, we're going to see how many consecutive volleys we can do while walking. All right, students. So in activity 3, we're going to be just volleying up, attempting second contact, which means we're going to toss it up or volley and then just hit it twice and catch it on the way down and reset. Remember to be using the cues of hand in palm, thumbs together, knees bent, and meet the ball with your arms. So ready, set, go. Good work, students. Remember when volleying, make sure you have your hands in your palm, your thumbs together, and your knees are bent. If you need some assistance, you can look at the top left GIF and you can see me volleying attempting second contact. And remember, if you need to make it easier on yourself, just toss it up to yourself, volley once, and catch it on the way down. About 30 more seconds, students. Great work. Remember when volleying to keep your thumbs together and meet the ball with your arms. About 10 more seconds, students. All right, students, now we're gonna hold our equipment and keep your eyes on me. Now we're gonna be attempting consecutive volleys. So we're gonna see how many volleys we can do while maintaining control and focusing on the cues of hand and palm, thumbs together, knees bent, and meet your lightweight object with your arms. Ready, set, go. Great work, students. Remember, the purpose of this activity is to practice our volleying. So we're making sure we're using those critical cues of hand and palm, thumbs together, knees bent, and meet the ball with your arms. So if you can't attempt consecutive volleys with control, that's okay, because we're just focusing on the correct cues for volleying, and we're just making sure we're sending it upward. About 20 more seconds, students. Great work. Great job at using the cues of hand and palm, thumbs together, knees bent, and meeting the ball with your arms. About 10 more seconds, students. Five, four, three, two, one. All right, great work, students, at volleying and using all those cues.
All right, students, so for our assessment, we're gonna have a parent use our peer evaluation sheet to assess your learning. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna post this link in the comment section below the YouTube video. We're gonna have your parent click on the video, and you're gonna print it out, and they're going to assess your skills of volleying. So for next class, I hope you guys had fun today. For next class, we're going to be working on throwing and catching multiple objects, which are skills in combination. We're also going to work on you guys throwing underhand, stepping with the opposite foot forward. And we're also going to be doing catching a ball and before it bounces twice. So I hope you guys had fun today. This concludes our lesson, and we'll see you guys next week.